And correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not happy with. It looks like maybe an 8-10k spread on this fight in Jones's favour.
So it's around 1 then of a schedule 2. Good kicker Cummins, of course.
As predicted, I thought Jones would be happy going to ground. Took a punch and a kick, but as he took Cummins to ground, as you can see, Cummins has got his arm round that neck of Jones, so he's making him work immediately. Jones now manoeuvring from position. All that worries me is the fact that if he is that much heavier, will it tell when it comes to the grappling?
Well, it's almost, in fact, he's out of the, completely out underneath the wire there, and that was a major push there by Dave Jones, and that's going to have to be repaired, isn't it?
Well, the mesh is broken, and the worrying thing was, as Cummins' head went through it, his neck was being bent against the bars. Could have been very dangerous, but sportingly, Jones pulled him back in.
Well, they're fixing that bit of mesh as we watch on.
As I mentioned earlier, I feel the problem for Cummins here is that Jones looks more solid and heavier, as if there is a weight discrepancy, and this could tell on this floor work. It will tire Cummins a lot faster than it does Jones.
Well, Jones doesn't appear to be in any great distress there, although that lock has been on from virtually the first 10 seconds of this fight. He's still been doing a bit of work himself, hasn't he?
He has. He's been moving his legs well, Jones. He's been positioning Chris Cummins around. Cummins, for his part, has got that lock on, but again, look at the elbow across the cheek of Cummins so that he can get those punches free. At the moment of the two, Jones would be happier in that position. Again, Cummins there using his feet to manoeuvre, trying to push off from those calf muscles to get out of that position, because he knows at the moment that Jones is in the ascendancy. Jones has got that arm firmly across his cheek, turning the head away, and he's looking for every possibility to hit Cummins to the body or to just quickly lift that hand and strike with it to the face. And again, I feel this weight, I think it's a weight difference. I know I keep on about it, but I think it will tell in the strength. The fact that Cummins has been unable to move him and gives Jones this potential to strike. Now is a very dangerous position. Ground and pounding. This could be it. This could be all over. Cummins tried desperately there to flick him off with his feet, but he took a serious barrage of punches, which had referee Fred Rado looking very closely. Chris Cummins really needs to either get back upright or in the mount position, because at the moment it's one-way traffic.
Well, here he goes, a reversal now, but I've got a feeling that Jones is very strong, Malcolm. You said that he looked to be about maybe 7 or 8 kilograms heavier.
Yes, if that's the case, there would be a strength difference. Cummins is ripped for his weight, he's a very strong boy for his weight, but Jones had the ascendancy there, and even now you can see the way he's pushing himself up. It's far harder for Cummins to work than it is for Jones, and although he's in the mount position now, you can see the way Jones is manoeuvring him down, getting his legs wrapped around there, but at last Cummins has got an opportunity to work, but again Jones cleverly wrapping him up. He's a very clever fighter. Knee to the base of the spine there from Cummins, which gave him that split second to get the left hand working. So obviously the punishment he took earlier from Jones, his head is still clear. Cummins first to his feet, Steve, but look how tired he is. Look what it's taken out of him. You can see from his face there, his face is swelling from those punches. He needs this time, I feel, on his feet very cleverly, but look at the way Jones is jamming with the foot. The ref's telling him to get up. Cummins needed time there to recover. You can see specifically of the two fighters just what it's taken out of him.
I tell you what, Malcolm, I can't imagine another fighter as tired as Cummins at this stage. Did so much work in those early moments, and now he's in trouble, I think, because Jones is very strong. I think it showed in those early exchanges, Jones's strength. He was in the mount position and in the ascendancy for long periods of time, forcing his weight down,
He cleverly got the arm across the throat and cheek of Cummins to cut off the air supply, and then when he got the opportunity, he seized it. And excellent pounding techniques from the mount. Cummins' face is marked, it looks swollen, and I think he's done wonderfully well to get to the end of the round against what I feel is a heavier, stronger man.
So a cracking start then from these two lads. Just remind you, we've got Chris Cummins from South London in action from the elite fighting system in action against Dave Jones from Dublin.
Round 2.
But really, Chris Cummins has got it all to do, because I think that was a big round for Dave Jones, and he dominated from the ground there. And again, goes straight for the leg. He likes it on the floor there because he knows he's got the ascendancy. But beautiful reversal by Chris Cummins. Spun round his man, went for the choke. But again, as soon as he did that, Jones spun out himself. Their experience belies their lack of experience, if that makes sense. They may not have much ring experience in terms of fights, but you can tell both men are superbly skilled, superbly trained.
Yes, excellent matchmaking here. Don't forget that Chris Cummins comes in with 3 straight wins. 2 of them, by the way, in open competition. 1 a kickboxing victory.
This will be good for Cummins. He's using this now to get his breath back. A nice elbow to the rib cage. Now he's the man forcing the head away. He's got that arm across the throat, and for the first time he'll be able to get a breather and force Jones to do the thinking and force Jones to do the fighting, which will hopefully tire him a bit, because the one thing he's got to work around is the incredible strength we've seen from Jones at the moment.
Got to ask a big question, Mark. I mean, one of the things that surprises me is how they keep their concentration for 10 straight minutes.
Yes, well, the way they train, especially in the jiu-jitsu and the grappling, is to keep them fresh. They will say do 3 rounds with 1 opponent, and then they will bring a second opponent in who's fresh, and then a third opponent in who's fresh, and they will do, say, 10, 15 rounds against 5 separate opponents. And as you get tired, your mental focus lapses, and your opponent's fresh. So that forces the mental stimulation, and you can see it with both these men. They're physically tired, but superbly mentally alert. I take my hat off to these style fighters, because they do put the rounds in, and they do bring fresh fighters in. Kidology there from Cummins, goading Jones to get on his feet. He's much happier when they're upright because he's got a better kicking range, and he feels a better puncher. As you can see there, tentative left jab, and then he moved away. He doesn't want Jones grabbing him. Good knee there from Cummins, but Jones had the sense of purpose to grab him again.
Well, once again, that elbow to the back, and the referee Rado there is warning Cummins about that.
They were warned at the beginning of the fight. No point of the elbow to the spine. This is limited rules, not no rules fighting. And the point of the elbow to the spine or the base of the neck, very dangerous. Good of Fred Rado to pick up on it immediately. Much better round this one though for Cummins. Will make it very interesting when we come to the final analysis.
Well, if it goes the whole route now, I've got a feeling that Cummins will probably win this one. He's been much better here in round 2 than Jones was in round 1.
What he's done is he's worked well when they're upright, and on the ground he's finally managed to start negating Jones's work. He's been steadily in the mount, nice wide positioning of his feet to get a nice strong triangular base, and from that triangular base he's finally given Jones some of his own medicine. If you look at the positioning now, see how wide the feet are to form that strong triangular base, and now he's the man grinding and pounding. But sheer strength there from Jones to turn him.
Well, Jones has got about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes possibly, to get his own back here in this second round, but time very much against him.
If it carries on like this, I think a draw could be a fair decision, because Cummins has finally negated that weight. He's got around that weight problem, and this is the first time in this round that Jones has, and again he's been flipped. Beautiful strength there by Cummins. He's coming into his own, showing his conditioning, and really this is a beautifully poised seesaw competition. These two men know their stuff, and I repeat, their actual experience belies their lack of fights. Superbly conditioned, superbly skilled, and Cummins has grown in confidence. And I think this is a draw, or Cummins could even snatch it.